Well, I like to ask people what they know about it first, because a lot of people have an idea. I don't think that people don't know about chiropractic. I just think they have the wrong idea about it. So everyone thinks they know, and I'll ask them, so what do you know about chiropractic? And you usually get some canned answer, that it's good for symptom relief, for pain, and that sort of thing. And I'll just say, well, I used to think that. This is the exact same thing until I actually learned about it, and come to find out that we're not bone doctors at all. I mean, you see spines everywhere, but that's really not what we do. We're nerve system doctors. We work with the system that controls all the other systems in your body. And I would say, and it's a bit of it's not a truly vitalistic answer with this analogy, but I've found that it works. I've asked people, if you had to drive to work every day on a road that was littered with potholes, both ways, couldn't avoid it, you come home, your car is completely out of balance. You have to get your wheels aligned. And then the next day you do the same thing, and you keep getting your wheels aligned all the time. Okay, doesn't it make sense to address the issue, the underlying issue? Just pave the road. Just pave the road, then you don't have a problem. It's a force that the body knows best what to do with. And it is, to me, like paving that road. It's a foundational point at which to regain your health. I hate to say begin your health, because I think we all began healthy. 100% health is a birthright, and that's what I try to put across to people. Over time, through poor lifestyle choices, we've kind of destroyed that unwillingly, sometimes knowingly, but most of the time unwillingly, unknowingly. And so yeah, I think, sure, a chiropractic adjustment is going to give us the foundation. Now, after that, your body will assimilate that any way it can, and it will work as well as it can with what it has to work with. However, if you pour toxins into your body, you breathe toxins, if you don't have a healthy lifestyle, it can only do so much. So there's a certain partnership there that we have to enter into in order to get you to a point of optimal health. I would do two things. Number one, I would stress the importance of talking to children and their parents. Okay? And I really believe that if we can raise a generation of children who think first about above, down, inside out, non-invasive attempts to maintain your health, chiropractic, that's going to go a long way. Now, along with that, I think what we need to do is come together as chiropractors and get the message out. We simply, and I know it's been tried and tried and tried, but I'm convinced that we can do it. Even in a small population, we can come together and we can have a marketing campaign, an informational, educational campaign from a group of chiropractors who can get the message out to people and let them know what we do and how we do it. Because I think everyone has an idea, I think, about chiropractic. I just think that about probably 3 or 4% actually have the right idea and actually know what it is. And I'm a firm believer in it's not what you don't know that gets you in trouble, it's what you know for sure that just ain't so. So I would really like to do that. I also believe that if you can influence a person's belief system, show them another belief system. If they adopt that belief system, then their behavior will just naturally follow and naturally change. And that's kind of the approach I would take. If I target the children and then kind of wink at the parents, okay, I need to draw the parents in. The 6-year-old's not going to take his bicycle to my clinic. So, but I want to know that the child isn't just sort of secondary in the room. Okay, I want to connect with a child, commit to them, bring the parent in along with them, and I have an idea of how I would educate people. And for example, one of the things I want to do is have anatomy and physiology classes for kids. Now, the parents are going to bring their kids to the classes, and they're going to learn how the body works. And the parents are probably not going to admit that, oh, I didn't know that, but they're going to learn at the same time. So I'm going to be educating both. And the parents, I think, are going to see the value for themselves and their children. They'll come into the office, and at that point, we're going to start with a whole generation of kids who, like now, there's no such thing as a kid that doesn't know what a cell phone is. Right? There'll be no such thing as a kid in my neighborhood that doesn't know what chiropractic is. That's my vision. I think it's key to lead with function, because I think most people are concerned with how they can go about their daily life. And sure, function follows structure, but I don't believe in, like, say you forcing a curve into a person and saying it ought to be X degrees. Okay, because maybe you should be X, maybe I should be X minus 10. So I would lead with function, and I would say that as chiropractors, we deal with the system that controls all the other systems in the body. We deal with neurology. Okay, it's complex, it's very dynamic, at the same time it's very plastic. So I'd really want to get across the idea that what you're dealing with is something foundational that can have far-reaching effects to everything. I was talking to a colleague of mine today in school. He had such a great idea. He said that we always talk about NMS, neuromusculoskeletal, and how the neurology affects the musculoskeletal system. And he's a big upper cervical advocate. Now, wouldn't it make more sense, he says, to call it something along the lines of neuroviscerosomatic? Because you're really targeting things in the body that you can't even measure necessarily, that you're targeting. And I just thought that was really profound. So now I'm just kind of working with that and trying to think of, okay, how can we bring physiology, your activities of daily living, your level of function, how you can relate to the people in your life and the activities that you enjoy, and how can we tie that into the fact that as chiropractors, we help you maximize all of that. What I need to do is to get more out of my head and trust what I find, and not be so hung up on, well, if I found this, then I ought to find this next. Maybe this body is going to present in a completely different way. And I've always thought, and I've always liked the idea of retracing, peeling back that onion. I firmly believe in it. The latest aha moment just really, really sank that home. So now I feel a whole lot more at ease when I'm dealing with a practice member, so that I can come in there much more relaxed and just be open to whatever I find, and then just go from there.